this one? How do I operate it? Mr. Chairman, fellow panelists and dear friends, it's great being here in the Ideas Conclave once again. This time, since we were talking about India at 70, I thought I must just focus on Parliament. Specifically Parliament, but generally our democratic bodies. To do 70 years of Parliament in 7 minutes is not a joke, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, the first thing is talking about composition of Lok Sabha, in the... The first Lok Sabha had 36% lawyers and another about 14% of journalists and writers. You see, gross over-representation, but it's all got sorted out now. The important thing is, next slide, please. The important thing is the what I would call the political empowerment of all sections of the people. This is the big thing that has happened in India in the last 60 years. And what I would call the occupational democratization of the House. This is very important. People from all sections, etc., have come in. In fact, there was a lady who, used to put her thumb impression for this thing and all that, and she was a stone cutter, I think, elected from Gaya, who was not literate. So anyway, so that equalization and democratization of the House has taken place. Another good thing that happened was the introduction of the committee system in 1993. For the first time, Parliament got down to doing a little bit of functional efficiency to bring it into its work. Televising of Parliament was very important because 1,200 or 1,300 million people have no idea what goes on there. Security hassles. If you go there, they will check you half a dozen times, allow you in for 45 minutes. So you have no sense of that house. So televising is very important so that people know what goes on there. Another good thing that has happened is that our MPs dress better after this televising. And then constitutional ethics committees. So next slide, please. We need to be very, however, we should be very unhappy about our MPs being obsessed with privileges. 100 MPs petitioned the speaker 2 years ago wanting Lal Batti for their gadis. There are enough Lal Batti walas in Delhi. Imagine another 800 more being added to that chaos. So there are these problems vis-a-vis MPs and their attitude, which we need to sort out, which is non-democratic in a sense. Then there's absenteeism in the House, absenteeism in committees, disinterest in lawmaking, absence of quorum, no code of conduct. These are all things which we need to sort out. We are a democracy. We became independent in 47. Time has come for us to address these issues. So lawmaking, constituents don't give our MPs any time at all. I was talking to Jain Sinha ji. Every constituent will come to you and say, क्या दामाद का ट्रांसफ़र हो गया है, उसको रिवर्स करना, मेरा क्या ट्रक सीज हो गया है. My brother was arrested yesterday for drunken driving. Actually, he never touches alcohol. It was a case of alcohol touching him. Somebody poured a bottle of glass of whiskey onto his this thing. I've heard this, so I'm telling you. So this is the problem. So therefore, we have a lot of issues. Next slide, please. Yeah, go ahead, because I just have 2 minutes and 32 seconds. So further up, privileges. I told you 100 MPs petitioning, they want Lal Battis and all that. We have to tell our MPs, stop behaving like this, The moment the guy gets the certificate from the returning officer, he transforms himself into somebody else. I think this is truly extraordinary. We have been a democracy for 70 years. Cool off, man. What happens to you? I find the sudden, there's a new swagger to the guy. Just the other day, it was all fine, hi, how are you and all that. Now he can't even recognize you. Eyesight problems, hearing. So we'll deal with all those things. Constituency pressure is unprecedented. This we must concede to our MPs. It is very serious. Move ahead, please. It's a very serious problem. They want MPs, our people want MPs to be water carriers, drain inspectors, transfer fellows and this, that and the other. It's a horrible situation. So we must accept that, concede that our MPs work in very difficult circumstances. We must concede that to them. But at the same time, that does not mean that they, demand all those things. Then the other thing, in terms of salaries and all, things have improved a lot here. There are a lot of allowances and so on. In fact, in Britain, those MPs, a lot of MPs go to House of Commons on bicycles. They get 20 pence per mile from their house. In India, MPs don't go in bicycles. They think it's infra-dig. And a lot of people think that in the constituency, you see, people will look down on you if you go by bicycle or walk or something like that. You must be in huge cars to impress people. So these are all things that we need to reform. Finally, Parliament reform. Yes, please, the slide on Parliament. Yeah. This is what I want. 70 years have gone by. Our two houses are working. Till today, we have not done any kind of audit of how these houses work. Mr. Jayant Panda just referred to that. We must do that now. You must have a committee of eminent citizens who will look at, and people who have experience in administration, look at how Parliament works and what we need to do about it. What is happening in question hour, 0 hour, should MP lads continue? There are a lot of issues. Then, honest review of working of Parliament, need to take a fresh look at practice and procedure of Parliament. My time is ending, 2 seconds more. Please constitute a commission comprising eminent citizens. Time has come for a proper audit of Parliament. Thank you, Chairman. And